I bought a $350,000 Lamborghini, and it's not why you think. Let me explain. I want to share a fun case study with you guys because 5 months ago I bought this car, and so far I haven't really told anyone about it yet. The main thing that separates rich people from poor people is that poor people spend their money on liabilities. Liabilities are things that only take money out of your pockets. For example, expensive clothes, dinners, travel, a car. Well, yeah, a car is generally a liability. But what makes rich people rich, or how do rich people actually become rich? Well, that's because they invest their money into assets. Assets are things that either appreciate in value or that pay you an income. So examples of assets are stocks, crypto, real estate, watches, and there's many more assets out there. Now you might think, a car? Where are you going with, Mitchell? Well, it is possible to turn liabilities into assets if you have the right strategy. Which brings me to the following. For a very long time, I have been thinking about buying a nice car in Dubai. However, I could never justify spending $350,000 on a Lamborghini. But that's when one of my friends, Joshua Katz, proposed a plan to me. He said, Mitchell, in Dubai, there are so many people that come and spend a whole bunch of money when they're visiting. One thing that they often do, or what a bunch of people do, influencers or people that just want to have a very cool experience here in Dubai, is they rent a supercar for a day. The rental rates of these supercars are quite high. People can easily spend somewhere between $800 up to $1,500 per day to rent a car like this. So my friend Joshua challenged me to think how we could turn this liability, because it is a liability. Cars like this, they require a lot of petrol, insurance, maintenance. How to turn this liability into an asset. One of the concepts that I often talk about in my community, the Early Retirement Club, is the concept of asymmetrical investments. So what are asymmetrical investments? Those are investments that have a relative low risk and a high return potential. So Joshua and I started to brainstorm how we can turn a supercar into an asymmetrical investment. So we started to do some research on the internet, search for different car marketplaces and platforms, and we found this beauty in Germany. The supercar market in Europe is a little bit different than Dubai. In Dubai, there's a lot of demand for supercars. It's almost the norm over here to have a supercar. It's almost not special anymore. But in Europe, it's different. It's very niche. It's only for the super wealthy, and it's just for a small market. So the demand for second-hand supercars is a lot smaller. And that's why we were able to buy this car, this Lamborghini Huracan Evo Spyder, limited edition. Why limited edition? Because this is a Tiffany blue Lamborghini, which is a color that is now very high in demand. Joshua and I, we made this investment together, 50-50. Why? Because we wanted to manage our risk by making the investment together. And the philosophy was to have a car in Dubai that we could rent out and generate a really nice cash flow. But during the days that it's not rented out, we could take the car ourselves and go for a nice ride. We were able to ship this car to Dubai. We were able to import it. And even after the purchase, after the shipping and after the import of the car, this car was still below its market value, or the total cost combined were still below the market value of the car. And this means that in theory, we could flip the car right away in Dubai and make a nice profit if we want to. But that's not what we want. We want a nice, juicy cash flow by renting out this car. And that's how we turn this liability into a cash flow producing asset. So for the final part of the video, let me give you guys a little tour of the car. Let's get in. So by the way, this is the Lamborghini Huracan Evo Spyder, and Spyder actually means that it has a convertible roof. So let's open up the roof. It's a lot better with the sun, with the weather. Next, I want to show you guys the 3 different modes that this car has. So this car has 3 different modes. So the first mode is Strada, which basically means that the car drives in automatic mode. But if you want to drive a little bit more aggressively and you like to drive with a high RPM, then you go in sport mode. And already now you hear the change and sound Lamborghini. So this is still on automatic mode. And if you want to go really fast, then you can go to Corsa. And the thing about Corsa is with this driving manual, you need to use the gears here at the steering wheel to shift up or down. And also the sound is a little bit more aggressive. So yeah, you can have fun switching between these 3 modes while driving. Okay, now let's briefly talk about the interior of the car. So in the centerpiece over here, you have a touchscreen where you can find a bunch of different features and information about going through this menu over here. Here on the top, there's the buttons for the windows to increase or decrease the height of the car in the front. For example, if you want to drive over a speed bump, sometimes you might want to increase the height of the front of the car. This button is for additional support with driving, so this stabilizes the car. I usually have it on, but some really advanced drivers, some race car drivers like to turn it off so they've got full control over the car. Of course, here is your warning signal. Yeah, and there's a bunch of other buttons over here. Of course, you've got the start stop button. Here you can go in reverse, park. Here you can open or close the roof of the car. This is for the little window just behind us. The steering wheel has these little pedals over here, which you can use to shift up or shift down. And then there is these little details over here on the dashboard, which are also, really nice. It makes the car look very slick, very clean, very fast. That's it. That's the car. That's the Lamborghini. So I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video. Make sure to like this video so that I know that you got some value and some motivation, inspiration out of this video. And if you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to my channel, because I'm going to be posting more behind the scenes and more useful tutorials about money, investing, personal finances. So if you like that, make sure to subscribe to my channel by clicking on the button here below this video. That being said, let's have some fun!